from a rather dull London this morning. Oh, the office seems to be getting worse every day. Sorry about that. My name is Janet Wilson. I'm from Dernier Publishing. We produce Christian books for kids and Write for a Reason, which is a resource to help Christians who write novels for children, young people. So today's writing tip is, who are you writing for? This is an absolutely foundational question to ask yourself, and preferably before you start writing. It's one of the biggest mistakes that I see in unsolicited manuscripts. The author has had a lovely idea for a story, and sometimes it's a gripping, thrilling story with a good beginning and ending, but it hasn't really quite answered the question of who is it for. Here's the thing: if you have an 8-year-old protagonist, a 14-year-old isn't really going to be interested in it. If you've got a story which is brilliant for 14-year-olds with great language, it's quite a long story and intricate with lots of little side plots going on there, an 8-year-old might find it too complicated. So having this thought in your mind, who do you want to write for and why, will help you to formulate your story so that it's totally suitable for the target audience. Saying my book is good for everybody is just not going to cut it, because there are books that do that. They are exceptional. The best thing to do is to knuckle down and decide who your target audience is and go straight for them. So if you want to write for 11s, you will pick a theme that is suitable for them. Supposing you are picking the theme of child slavery, for example, you will write a very different story if you are writing for 8-year-olds as if you're writing for 16-year-olds. Your vocabulary will be different. Your sentence lengths will could be different. Your vocabulary, the whole structure will be different. Your chapters will be shorter, and you'll probably have less of them if you're writing for younger children. You may also use slightly different ways of getting into the thrilling story for 8-year-olds to 16-year-olds. You see what I mean? It really is foundational to getting it right. And if you can knuckle down like that, get it right down, then that age group will love your story because you've written it for them. So here's a suggestion for you. Before you even start to write, decide who you want to write for and why, and get all those things down. If you're not really sure how a story for an 8-year-old differs for a 12-year-old, if you haven't been reading a lot of Christian books or novels recently, I suggest you do that. Obviously at the moment the bookshops are closed, but you can get things from Amazon, or you can still order books from a Christian bookshop. So get yourself some books for the age group, the target age group that you really want to write for, and do yourself a little bit of research and find out the sort of thing that children like, and ask them. Do as much as you can, research as you can into what that age group enjoy, and the type of books and interests that they have. This really is foundational, and on the Write for a Reason Academy, it's our very first module out of 10. We spent a whole week looking at this